The island of Mindanao on the southernmost part of the Philippines is predominantly Muslim. Its remotest parts a haven to terrorist groups linked to Al-Qaeda, who carry out terror attacks and kidnappings in the region. Because of the constant threat to security and the Muslims' goal to establish an independent Islamic state, Christians here face intense opposition. Persecution against Christians is strong in this Muslim city. This year, at least 4 house churches closed down after their pastors and lay leaders were killed by Muslim extremists. Pastor Mario Isidre was one of those killed. His wife, Mayang, is distraught over her husband's murder. She recalls awakening to the sound of gunshots that killed her husband right inside their home.
My husband staggered into our bedroom, and I was shocked because he was full of blood. I brought him to the hospital right away. He was operated on for 8 bullet wounds, but did not survive.
Mario Isidre was a former Muslim who converted to Christianity. He boldly shared the gospel to his Muslim relatives and neighbors. Despite threats to his life, he was not afraid to hold Bible studies in his home, which he converted into a house church. Witnesses say that just a few hours before he was killed, Pastor Mario agitated some Muslim vendors when he told them he did not believe in the amulets they were trying to sell him. Pastor Elderberto Byra is the coordinator of the Christian and Missionary Alliance churches of the Philippines in this Muslim region.
I admire Pastor Mario's commitment to the Lord. He tried to share the gospel to the Muslim vendors. This incident triggered threats to other Muslims who converted to Christianity, and that is why the house churches closed down.
But this did not stop Mayang and some believers from going to church. They now worship at the only surviving Christian church in this city.
My neighbors warned me that I should not go out, but I am not afraid because I know Isa, Jesus, is powerful and He will not forsake me. When my husband was still alive, he always told me that we should always be ready to face death for the work of the Lord.
Pastor Byra says his heart is grieved to see pastors come and go in this critical area. That's why he remains, serving faithfully for more than 30 years despite several threats to his life. Even though church attendance has decreased by 70%, he still believes that the church will still prevail, even if the churches are driven underground.
What we only do is make these people grow in the Lord. We have our prayer and fasting, Bible studies, training. If ever we are out, we are still confident that the work of the Lord will go on, because that is the promise of the Lord. That when He said, "When I will build my church, the gates of hell will not prevail against it." It includes the ministry among the Muslims.
Gary Lane, CBN News.